Hello, everyone. My name is Renee Scotty, and I'm back with my co-host Liz Collinen for another episode of Walking in Our Shoes. This week is our Q&A, so we'll be addressing all the questions that you have sent to us. We're going to start with one from your mother. Actually, we have two from your mother. All right, the first question, how has family support been both good and bad for you? Do you want to start with that one?
Okay. Well, my family support is actually really great, especially with all the medical problems I've had. And to
Yeah.
the point where my family and I have decided that I'm going to get a medical proxy for, in case of emergency, because, I'm older now and we need to be able to have that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
guess who
think we
would?
talked about that one time.
Yes. So, it is my brother Daniel and my brother Steven.
Gotcha.
So, what we've decided is that Daniel is going to be the main one, the primary,
Yeah.
but have Steven as secondary for like all the medical questions since he's the smart one.
Well, Daniel is closer to you, so
Yeah, and that too.
so honestly, my answer is pretty much the same. I don't think I've ever had any bad experiences with family support. My family is very, very supportive, and I don't think I've ever had a bad experience with that.
Even my
Um,
extended family is also supportive too.
yeah, right,
I've never
right.
even told you this. Did I ever tell you this?
About,
Extended family support. So one of the many times I've had my malfunction and all that fun jazz. My grandmother, before she passed, literally drove down from Massachusetts to get here.
wow, and that's a long drive anyway. What is that, 5 hours?
Six.
6. That's a long drive. Wow.
Yeah.
So the next question your mother asked was
How do we keep so positive?
yeah, how do we keep so positive? Um
I just think it's because we're a friendship.
well, and I think it's more than that too. I think it's um cuz we grew up in church together pretty
Yeah.
much. So I think it's more than just friendship. I think it's also we grew up Catholic and we grew up in the faith, so I think that's part of
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
Um you know, you sponsored me when I got confirmed. So, and that really, I mean, we were already friends, but I think that
Yeah. That kind
really,
of sealed it.
yeah, right. So how do we keep positive? It's a lot of faith and a lot of friendship.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, it's pretty much the only way that we are able to make it through the trials that we face.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a daily basis, sometimes, they're all over the place, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Like when you're
um,
when you're about to lose it, and when I'm about to lose it, we just know each other to the point where we just call each other.
yeah, exactly. And we give each other permission to do that, and we do. And sometimes we end up venting for probably a good 15 to 20 minutes. Um, but yeah, so we've talked about that
Multiple times.
multiple times. Um, for anyone who's watching and you don't know what exactly we're talking about, um, confirmation is basically now that you're an adult, you're
Technically,
making
in
the
the church's eyes.
yes, you're an adult and you're making the choice to uh, be a part of the church on your own. Like you're making that choice independently.
Yeah.
So when you are initially baptized, your parents, your godparents, are making that decision for you because you're a baby.
Yeah.
Now that you're an adult in the eyes of the church, which means you're 16.
Technically, well, I got it when I was in 10th grade, so technically I was 15, almost, I was 16.
Yeah, 15, 16. It depends on the time of year because your birthday is later in the year.
Yeah. And yours is
So,
90, so.
yeah, so basically, you're an adult in the eyes of the church. So now that decision is yours. That's why it's one of the sacraments, and why it's such a big deal is because you're making that choice for yourself, and pretty much renewing your commitment, because one of the things that you do is you renew your baptismal vows. Again, that is the biggest reason why we're able to make it through the trials that we've had, is because we've uh, been able to lean on our faith and lean on each other. So that's the biggest,
Yeah.
I would say, because back when I was getting confirmed almost 10 years ago, can you believe that?
No.
Oh, no.
No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No.
But when I was getting confirmed 10 years ago, and Lizzie will testify to this, I was going through a lot.
Yeah.
And it was, to say the least, incredibly stressful for me.
Yeah.
And I think because of, growing in this journey of faith and having Lizzie next to me to be my sponsor and to guide me through that, that's part of the reason, why that means so much to me is, I had the opportunity to go on this journey of faith, and Lizzie was there to guide me through that, and that really, really helped me
Yeah.
make it through some of the things that I was going through, because that was a lot.
Yeah. And when I was getting confirmed, I was dealing with a lot of death in the family.
Was that one of your grandmothers?
So it was my great aunt, who is I am actually technically named after her.
Okay. Oh,
So,
okay.
well, technically, it's complicated. Where it's her name that she took as a sister that I took as my confirmation name,
Okay. What was your name?
Mary.
My name was Charity. I don't know why I chose that one. I guess I just thought that it was something interesting and new to choose. So,
Yeah.
speaking of people, the next question um, is from a friend of mine. She was asking me about um, what people were like at school. Were they kind to you? How was school in general?
Oh, this one's going to be a complicated one, sister.
Yeah, this is complicated. Um,
Oh,
do you want to
complicated.
answer that one?
I'll be the first one to answer that one. So, as you may or may not know, in high school, I was in the choir.
Right,
I do know.
right.
I had some difficult challenges because they wanted me to use the bottom um, riser to be able to get in and out or off and on the risers, which I was perfectly fine with. Then I had to deal with a lot of bullying by a certain someone that I'm not mentioning because of privacy reasons. But that person really made me have a lot of regret in choir for a long time.
Jeez.
But then I started to get over it.
Were you still a part of the choir, or did you eventually leave because you just didn't
I
want to deal with the
actually
bullying?
I actually powered through it.
Good for you.
I powered through it. And I don't know what happened, but all I know is that he stopped after after someone talked to him.
I was gonna say, did you get a teacher involved or something, or?
Guidance counselor slash my mother.
Yes. Good on your mother and good on you. You know, stand up to people like that. It's rude.
Well, the problem is that this individual made my life hell even after choir.
So he was still bullying you even after your mother spoke to him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
But
I'm so sorry.
yeah. Then I also had to deal with a lot of a friend. I had a friend that was a friend, and then she was my bully, and then she was my friend again, and then she was my bully again.
Yeah, you don't need a friend like that.
No,
No,
I need
no,
help.
no, 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 no.
So, yeah. So I had to deal
Yeah.
with that. I had to deal with a lot of people not understanding my disability in middle school.
Yeah.
So,
That's a tough age though, too.
well, here's also the other thing. The person that I was that didn't understand me didn't get that I had just had surgery in 6th grade for my brain and I couldn't carry my backpack.
Right, because you're still recovering from, right.
So the thing is that this guy kind of kept asking me why and why, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it.
And that should be enough for you to respect the fact that I don't want to talk about it means I don't want to talk about it.
Guess what boys are like at that age?
You do not have to tell me that. I lived through middle school. I
So,
lived through middle school. I survived. We both survived. Um,
and after that, after my special educator actually talked to him and explained the whole thing, he actually became a helper for me.
oh, good for him. Good
Yeah,
for him. And
yeah,
again, creating awareness
yeah,
that ultimately, and again, is part of the reason why we're doing this podcast is to not only share our story, but to create awareness.
yeah. And like, what I also don't understand is that when people don't understand, they keep asking so many inappropriate questions. Remember when they keep asking like really personal questions and you don't want to talk about it?
Right.
That's what I also don't understand, why people don't understand that. Like, you don't want to talk about it until you're ready.
Well, I can understand to an extent now that I'm older because people are curious, but
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me is like, can you wait until I'm ready to answer that question? All right, how about school for me? School for me, let's see. I always had an aide
Yeah.
for school. Um, and they were really good about, this is, what I need help with and all of that. And especially as I got into high school, they were really, really supportive of me when I wanted to learn to be a little more independent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was great for me because I'm uh big on independence for those of you who don't know me personally, and I think so are you.
Yeah.
So, they were really, really supportive of that. The only really negative experiences I've had indirectly because my parents were dealing with them on my behalf were some of the administrators at the middle school. Yeah. I won't name
Oh,
names, but
hey. Hey.
yeah, I won't name names, but um
I
one
had
of
the same
them,
problem.
what?
I had the same problem in middle school, Bel Air.
Yeah, so I won't name names, but
I'm not.
one of them in particular was particularly nasty to me.
How nasty.
Basically telling my parents that I deserved to be in lower math classes because I couldn't handle math and I couldn't do X, Y, and Z, and I deserved to be in lower level classes because I couldn't handle more advanced.
No.
Yeah,
You had
basically,
that
yeah.
person?
What?
You had that person?
Yes. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
I think I do.
So I was moved to the higher classes and did pretty darn well. I was never off of the honor roll in middle school.
I never told you, but I actually got the honor roll in high school my last year.
I was on the honor roll every semester, I should say every quarter, from sixth grade all the way until I graduated high school. Every quarter.
Your mom must have been proud.
Yeah. And I graduated um, from the community college with academic honors. So
I had to take a math test the day I came back from my surgery, which, not a good idea, right?
They're not supposed to do that.
No, they're not. So I took the test, bombed it, and she said that stayed.
That's not fair.
So my mom, being my mom, decided to have a conversation with her and the principal.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
So the principal and her tried to back my mom into a corner to put me on the non on the certificate track.
I'm offended just listening to that, to be honest.
Guess what my mom did?
Um, in your mother's typical be
I
your
should.
own advocate way,
She kind of told her to beep off.
in a polite way, correct?
Yes. So she they got me to be put back on I wasn't on graduation track. I was on graduation track all my during my sixth grade and seventh
Mm-hmm.
grade and all that. Then when I hit high school, that was a little bit harder because they put me in a lot of remediation. My math grade for my actual math class went down the drain.
Okay.
It went from a C to an E within a month.
Oh man.
Guess how pissed off my mom was?
Your mother, I can only imagine how upset you were.
And then when I hit eighth grade, it was a whole different atmosphere.
How so?
The teachers were wonderful. The principal loved me to the point where he asked me to stay at Patterson Mill for high school.
So, to sum that up, we've had, I would say, mostly good, but some bad experiences as well. So, not everybody was kind, but I would say that most people were.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question, that at least that I was able to get, um, is talking about getting around town. So, how do we get around town? Um,
Usually, I just have my parents do that. Tell me.
so for me, it depends. Um, it depends on where I'm going.
Mm,
If I'm going somewhere like halfway across town, so like Bon Tempos or the library or something along those lines, I'll use my
mhm.
scooter.
Yeah.
Sometimes my parents will drive me depending on where we're going. So like when we used to meet at the movie theaters in Churchville,
Yeah.
my parents would drive me for that.
Oh, I know.
Um,
Because your mother would pick me up.
yeah, and take us to if we wanted to go to dinner or something or
Yeah.
whatever. Those were good times.
We gotta do that again.
Yeah, we do. We need to carve out some time.
Yeah, we do.
I've also used the link buses. In my experience, most drivers are pretty nice about giving me time to get myself situated so that they can tie me down. But so that's just a little bit about, how we got around town. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple.
Man.
So that's everything that we have for those of you who sent questions in. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sending questions in. And
We'll
for
do
any
another
teach
Q&A in a couple months.
Yeah, we can do
Let me know.
another Q&A definitely later on down the line. Um, so thank you all to everyone who sent questions in, and thank you to all the teachers, friends and family,
Yeah.
aides, all those people who supported us through the years, and who and to our family who taught us to be our own advocates. Um,
Also, my
and
parents.
yeah, exactly. To our parents who taught us to be our own advocates and still to this day teach us to do that stuff. So, um, let's end it with this, girlfriend. You have any questions for me?
I do not, sister. Do you?
No. So keep an eye out for a post from me about next week.
Hmm.
And until the next time, my name's Renee Scotty.
I'm Elizabeth Cullinan.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.